Yeah, you already know what time it is. It's your boy Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan, yeah. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now listen, first and foremost, time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G. Time and energy are the highest forms of currency. Listen, I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that moolah, getting to that guap, getting to that paper, you know, stacking it up. But always keep in front of your mental Rolodex that time and energy. That's the highest forms of currency at all times. It is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. But time and energy, nothing trumps that. You understand me? So listen, man, you in the right place. You already know. Big salute to all my day one investors. Big salute to all my day one investors. And an even bigger salute to all my new subscribers, all my new investors, all the new people that's tapping into the channel. We at 18,000 subscribers. You got to know something. We growing organically. I told you, we are growing organically. Constant elevation when it come to this. It is constant elevation when it come to this. You know what I mean? We not riding no coattails. We not piggybacking off of no YouTubers. We not tapped in, but nothing with Grown Man Business TV. You understand what I'm saying? We not playing no games for the higher ups and the elites. We not pulling no strings. We not puppets. Not a slave to the algorithm. We not a slave to a YouTube check. So over here is organically, constant elevation at all times. Big salute, Charlie P. I see you, my G. Now we all know that the playoffs are on. I'm watching the playoffs like everybody else. You know, the Lakers are up and we're gonna see what they do. But I wanted to go ahead and tap in. I wanted to go ahead and tap in. And I told y'all earlier I was gonna come back. I told y'all earlier we was gonna go live, you know, and we was gonna address a certain topic. Now you see the thumbnail, right? I'm sure you see the thumbnail, and I'm sure you see the title. Kaicenat. Kaicenat. He had the nerve to open up his mouth, you know what I mean? And say that black people don't have culture. You know, it is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. I seen this in my DM. You know, it been a week or so. It been a few days since this been in my DM, but I haven't had a perfect time to address it. You know, I'm crossing state lines at all times. I'm handling grown man business at all times, my G. The channel is Grown Man Business TV. It's because grown man business is gonna get handled, period. You understand what I'm saying? You already saw I tapped in earlier, you know, during the workout. Big salute to everybody that was in the chat during the workout. You know what I mean? Took care of some business and here we are. Here we are. Now, one thing for sure, two things for certain. When I hear things like this, when I see things like this, you gotta know I'ma address it. And if you've been in tune with the channel, if you a day one subscriber, if you a day one investor, then you already know. It don't matter what race it is. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter what color you are. When you get to talking down on FBA, when you get to disrespecting black people and the culture that we bring to the situation, I'm on your head top, no diddy. I'ma address the situation point blank, period. When you come here to Grown Man Business TV, you come because it's raw information. We not sugarcoating nothing. We not dressing nothing up. We giving it to you straight raw. We taking it straight off the brick into the bottles. I told y'all that. Y'all already know that. So let's talk about Kaicenat. Now, to the people that's living under a rock, that don't know who Kaicenat is, who don't know what he represents and how he became a puppet for the higher ups and the elites, I'm gonna give you a quick synopsis on that. Now, Kaicenat is the top streamer. He is the highest paid. He is the most awarded. He is the highest awarded streamer. He is the biggest puppet when it comes to this new portal of streaming. I told y'all, YouTube is a portal. YouTube is a new portal. Not only YouTube, streaming, you know, content creating, certain avenues of content creating are new portals into the higher ups and the elites. And streaming is definitely one of those portals. And Kaicenat is the top streamer. Now, Kaicenat, he had humble beginnings, just like a lot of these immigrants in America, just like a lot of these foreigners. They come over to America and they have humble beginnings. They come to America because their parents came to America. Their parents traveled over here. Their parents immigrated over here to America. And because Kaicenat is no different. Kaicenat is a young African boy who's an immigrant, who's a foreigner to this land. And you know, he landed in New York City, him and his parents, his immigrant parents, and they wanted to make a life for themselves. Kaicenat was doing streams, and as he was doing live streams, you would see rats and roaches crawling all over the floor. You would see rats and roaches coming out of the trash can on his live stream. I mean, poor. Absolutely poor, my G. You know, and you got to understand something. You got let me give you some game. Let me give you some game. Let me give you some game. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing. We about to get to this. You know what I'm saying? I don't need grown men, you know, giving me beauty tips when it come to this. You know what I mean? Your mama like it. See, you should already know when you dealing amongst men, when you in here having conversations amongst men, the last thing you should be doing, you know what I mean, is critiquing my beard, homie. And, you know, I let y'all trolls play, but I got a message to get out tonight. So we knocking heads off, homie, no diddy. If you come in here and you start talking crazy amongst grown men, amongst the information that's being given out, we taking your head off, homie, and I'm not going to waste no times about it. Trust me, your mama like it. Your sister like it. Your grandmama like it. Your niece like it, homie. So don't worry about that. Don't come in here with your feminine traits and your feminine ways. You know what I mean? Your female ways and come on, homie. You should know that grown men don't critique other grown men. Grown men don't give grown men beauty tips. But you probably a part of the LBG and the 1, 2, 3 and the ABC community. It's a lot of saucy Santana type of dudes out here. This ain't the channel for that. All right, so Kaicenat, poor of the poor, my G. And when you got to understand something, Kaicenat was doing live streams and Kaicenat was doing his thing. And then the whole world saw rats and roaches crawling amongst the floor. And a lot of people, especially the higher ups and the elites, they pinpointed Kaicenat. They said, this young African boy is poor. He will do anything. He will do anything to make it out of poverty. And here we go. Here we go. After the live stream of Kaicenat having rats and roaches crawling all over his crib, now he's this big time streamer. He's this big time streamer. Behind closed doors, Kaicenat was introduced and inducted into the higher ups and the elites. He was turned into a puppet right before our eyes. See, when you see somebody like Kaicenat, especially a foreigner, an African, a young African boy over here in America, shoot to the top, the way he shot to the top, you got to know he been at one of those parties. He done partied with Diddy. He done did what he had to do to make it to the top. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, but nobody want to talk about this. So here we are at Grown Man Business TV. You know, here we are, my G. So after Kaicenat goes to those Diddy parties and after Kaicenat parties with the higher ups and the elites, after this little African boy does what he needs to do, now he's the top streamer. Now he's the top streamer. But see, you don't get to just go to one of these parties and think you're going to take it to the top. That's not enough anymore. It's never been enough. That's only scratching the surface. That's right there. That's only scratching the surface. So after Kaicenat, after he, you know, went to one of those Diddy parties, after Kaicenat partied with Mike Rubin, after Kaicenat got 4 pockets full like Lil Baby, because you got to know that Kaicenat got 4 pockets full like Lil Baby. Most definitely. He most definitely did. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. After he did all that, the higher ups and the elite said that's not enough. Little African boy, that's not enough, my G. You gotta do more than that. And see, we gonna get into what he did. But I gotta express this. It's nothing against that. When people say it's racism here and it's racism there, this is not racism. It don't matter what color creed you are. I'ma give you the business, no Diddy. I'ma give you the real, homie. When it come to FBA, when it come to foundational Black Americans and what we did for this land, our culture, you will not get to disrespect it. If it's Kaicenat, if it's Busta Rhymes, if it's Fat Joe, if it's China Mac, I don't care who you are, homie. I don't care who you are. So when the white boys come into the chat, they feel like it's racism because I go at the white people. I let you know that they got dog fur. I let you know that Caucasian men and Caucasian women, they shed like golden retrievers. They have hair like Labradors. They have hair like golden retrievers, and people get to feeling away, but you got to know something. Now I'm going at Kaicenat. Now I'm talking to a full-blown African. Do you feel better? Do you feel better? Now I'm going at a full-blown African. And a few months ago, I went at a full-blown Jamaican talking about Busta Rhymes. And not long before that, I went at a full-blown Puerto Rican at Fat Joe. It don't matter. When you disrespect FBA, when you disrespect, I'm coming. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You came to the right place. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. You're not going to get this nowhere else on YouTube. You're not going to get this nowhere else in social media. Everybody's scared to talk about Kaicenat because he does reviews on your music. He does reviews, and if he give you a bad review, the labels, the higher-ups and the elites, the puppet masters, the Geppettos, they feel a way about it. But here at Grown Man Business TV, we are no slaves to the algorithm. We have no master. We have no boss over here. We do what we want to do. We 18,000 subscribers in. You can't stop the movement, homie. Kaicenat, a full-blown African, over here in America, multiplying and capitalizing and monetizing off of Black culture. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Tim's. Let's talk about Burna Boy. Let's talk about all of these Africans. But right now, we on you, Kaicenat, no Diddy. So again, Kaicenat is in poverty and he wants to get out. The higher-ups and the elites, they start pinpointing and they start attaching strings to Kaicenat. So now he's hooked up to the higher-ups and the elites. Oh, he got a Geppetto. Kaicenat is a puppet, an African puppet. Yeah, he might look like us. To the naked eye, he looked like a young Black boy. But Kaicenat is an African. You understand me? And you got to know from a long time ago, those Caucasians and the higher-ups and the elites, they always like adopting African babies. Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, they all like adopting little Black African babies like Kaicenat. So it was only a matter of time before they put one into power, before they made one an actual puppet. Kaicenat is a puppet. So after Kaicenat partied with Diddy, yeah, I said it, Kaicenat, you partied with Diddy. You went to those all-white parties with Mike Rubin and them. You got 4 pockets full in one of those rooms like Lil Baby. You did that. After you did that, the higher-ups and the elite said, listen to me, that's not enough. We need more, Kaicenat. We need more. We need to know that you're willing to do any and everything to lead Black youth, to lead the youth of America off the cliff. We need to know that you riding with us and you not riding with them. So what did Kaicenat do? Kaicenat did it's a week-long live stream in jail. I spoke about this already. I did a whole video, a pre-recorded video about this topic right here. Kaicenat did a live stream from jail, and he had all of your favorite celebrities come to jail, put on a orange jumpsuit, and he made jail look fun. Kaicenat, he wanted to paint the narrative that jail was fun and that you know, you get to have parties in jail. You get to eat food and have parties and have celebrities in jail. And nobody asked themselves, except for Grown Man Business TV, nobody spoke out and said, why the hell would Kaicenat having all of these young children following him? All of these young kids wanting to be like him. All of these young children looking up to Kaicenat because he's become a puppet. Why would he do a week-long live stream from jail, from a makeshift jail? Why would he have celebrities come to jail? Because he gotta push the agenda. He gotta push the whole private prison agenda. You know, the school to the pipeline, the school to prison pipeline. That's what he has to push. The higher ups and the elites that make money off of that are using Kaicenat to promote that. He's promoting jail to your children. And nobody wanted to ride with Grown Man Business TV. Nobody else on YouTube, on social media had that question, asked that question, pushed the narrative on why Kaicenat. That's when I knew you was a puppet. That's when I knew you had been compromised. That's when I knew instantly when you did, and they promoted it all over YouTube and they promoted it all over Instagram. Kaicenat in jail with an orange jumpsuit on, and he got Krishan Rock, he got Drewski, he got your favorite celebrities coming to jail putting on a jumpsuit. But guess what Kaicenat does when he takes his little ass back to Africa? Why when Kaicenat go back to Africa, he don't do a prison live stream in Africa, in an African prison for his African people? Why he don't do that? See, we gonna talk about the culture that he disrespected, but right now I'm gonna expose Kaicenat for what he is. He's an African tether. That's what they call him, right? A tether. He's a puppet. He's been compromised. So before I give you, you know, the disrespect to the culture, I'm going to point the finger and show you exactly who you looking at when you looking at Kaicenat. So when you over here in America, you producing and you promoting jail. But when you go to Africa, you got your African garment on. You got your kufi hat on and your African colors, and you're doing an African dance over there, and it's all respectful. But when you come over here, when you come to America, when you come with African Americans, FBA, because we are not African. When you come to where black people are at, you promoting jail. You promoting destruction. You hanging out with Lil Uzi Vert. But when you go to Africa, oh, it's all about positivity. It's all about culture. It's all about respect. See, that's what these foreigners do. They come to America. They you know, they take advantage of America. They monetize in America. They capitalize in America. They get the money, and then they go back to those foreign lands that they come from, and they build schools and they build houses, and they pour money, American money, into the infrastructure over there. So when Kaicenat is over here in America, it's about jail. It's about showing the youth that jail is cool, that you can party in jail, that you can have your favorite celebrities in jail. But when he go to Africa, it's the total opposite. Somebody asked Kaicenat why he ain't did an African jail live stream, why he ain't went over there to the Congo and did a jail over there in the Congo and did a live stream and had all of your favorite African artists come to the jail and put on jail outfits. Why he don't do a jail live stream in Africa and have Burna Boy come in there and put on a jail jumpsuit? Have Tim's come over there and put on a jail jumpsuit. Have all the Afro beats come over there and put on a jail jumpsuit over there in Nigeria. Y'all ain't noticed that? See, I'm a big homie. So when I don't care how much money you made, homie. I don't care how much fame and how much followers you got. If I was to ever see Kaicenat in real life, he's lil bro. He's lil homie. And the first thing I'm gonna say is, what was that about, lil homie? What was that about? Huh? You got an answer for that. You thought it was cool to come over here, cause you know in America it's orange jumpsuits. So you was shooting this at American children. You thought it was cool to come over here, do a whole, but see, you gotta satisfy the higher ups and the elites. You a puppet. I smack fire. Yeah, excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, fire from Lil Kaicenat. Huh? Yeah, we different. The culture is different. This FBA, you a whole African, homie. We not the same, man. We not the same, homie. And I would show Kaicenat how different we are if we ever cross paths. I'm just pointing out the flaw in this little dude, this little munchkin, this sucker. So you thought it was cool. That's what you thought. Okay. Okay. So the higher ups in the elite said, we like that, Kaicenat. We like that. We never even thought of that. Oh, you did a live stream, a 7-day live stream promoting private prisons, showing the youth that they can go to jail and they can have fun with their friends and they can go in and out of their cells and they can have parties at night and they can have their favorite celebrities go to jail. We like that, Kai, but we need a little bit more. We need a little bit more, just a little bit. And listen, once you do this, we're going to take you to the top. Once you do a little bit more, Kaicenat, we're going to give you the Nike. We're going to give you the awards. We're going to give you all the fame and fortune, but we need a little bit more. And you know what Kaicenat did? He turned around. He came on social media and he came on his live stream and he said, black people don't have culture. And as soon as he said black people don't have culture, oh, the higher ups and the elites were so happy. And now we got Kaicenat, the first streamer to have a shoe with Nike. We got Kaicenat, the top streamer with all the trophies and all the accolades. We got Kaicenat. But see, that's where you messed up at. That's where you tripped over something, homie. Because the very culture that got you rich, the very culture that took you from being poor with rats and roaches crawling in your live stream to making all these millions, the very culture that took you that is our culture, black people's culture. You don't understand that? It's a reason why you Africans got to come to America before y'all can get rich. It's a reason for that. It's a reason why you Africans had to bring y'all music to America before it was respected, before you could make money, homie. You know, Afro beats. Nobody cared about Afro beats until you brought that thing to America, until black culture put the stamp of approval on it. Even in the thumbnail, when you look at this thumbnail, Kaicenat, you are mimicking black culture, homie. Y'all never wore fronts the way we wear fronts. Y'all never had open-face fronts over there in Nigeria, in Africa. Y'all never did that. Y'all never wore the hoodie with the fur all over it. Y'all never did that. Y'all never did that. So the very culture you disrespecting, the very people that you saying don't have culture, you over here mimicking our culture. And the problem is that all of these black people, all of these celebrities, see, I don't even count the celebrities because they all puppets. They all been compromised. The black celebrities know better than to say something to a Kaicenat. But all these youth, all these content creators, all of these people that so-called have their own voice, that can say what they want to say and do what they want to do, they don't do it because behind the smoke and mirrors, they slaves to the algorithm. They slaves to a YouTube check. They slaves to a number. And when you come here to Grown Man Business TV, I might be the only platform left. I might be the only channel left that is not a slave to none of that. House is bigger than most of these content creators. Cars is paid off. We doing it the grown man way over here, and we don't care what YouTube gotta say or what YouTube gotta do with it. Kaicenat is an absolute fraud, and I'm here to say it. In real life, Kaicenat would be looking at his shoes if I was standing in front of him. He wouldn't look me in the eye. He wouldn't dare. He wouldn't dare look me in the eye. The clothes you wear in Kaicenat is our culture. The way you wear your clothes is our culture. The way you talk, the way you move, the way you hang, the way you do everything you do on your live stream is our culture, Kaicenat. You don't act like an African. Let's talk about it. You don't act like an African, homie. You don't act like one of those dudes from Nigeria. You don't sound like one of them dudes from Nigeria. You sound like a New Yorker. And trust me, and listen, that shit is our culture. That New York stuff, yeah, that's ours, homie. That's FBA. Yeah. Half of the things you use in your house came from FBA. It came from half the inventions that you use on a day-to-day basis that come from FBA. That come from black people. Black people. The very stoplight that you stop at every day. The hospital when you go to it. The doorknob that you turn, homie. I could go down a list of the inventions of my people, not Africans. I don't need grown men coming into my live chat critiquing me and giving me beauty tips. That's what's wrong with you little youngins. You saucy Santanas and you dudes is Lil Nas X's, man. It is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. This is grown man business TV. Grown men get involved in the conversation. The women and the children, maybe. Maybe if they got something to say, maybe if we allow it, homie. But right now we talking grown man business. And Kaicenat, soft as Dollar Tree cotton, homie. What you gotta really pay attention to and see, it's deeper than rap. It's deeper than Kaicenat. You know, it's the majority of Africans that come over here from Africa somehow, some way think they got something on us. They think that they have culture. But when you dig into the African culture, that shit is tainted as well. How are you an African praying to Jesus? We can get deep, homie. We can get deep. How are you an African Christian? Think about the shit that I'm saying now. Now, mind you, we got, we was over here already. Caucasian people, from England and Europe and all that, they came over here. We went to war about this land in America. We went to war about this land in America. And the casualties of war, the prisoners of war were doctrinated with the Bible. They were doctrinated with Jesus. They were doctrinated with Christianity. So there go the reason why my people, pray to God and pray to Jesus and go to church. We understand, but y'all, how is it that you are an African, an actual African? You are African, but you are praying to Jesus? What kind of culture is that? What kind of culture is that? Y'all ain't really got no culture. Y'all been conquered over there in Africa by Britain, by Russia, by China. You Africans ain't got no culture. That's why y'all come over here and y'all adopt our culture. And then somehow, some way, you feel like you better than us or you got more culture than us. And it's going to take somebody like me. It's going to take a real leader like Grown Man Business TV to tell you to your face, you don't have no culture. You ever been to an African wedding? They pray over their food. They read the Bible, Africans. Somebody asked Kaicenat, who did his people pray to before they was conquered by the white man? Who did his people pray to before they knew anything about Jesus? Ask Kaicenat that. The next time he want to talk about black culture. What we talking about, man? And then you see these dudes go back to the motherland, right? Jigger bobbing and doing the bob away dance and the bob. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you an African over there in Africa. Then you come over here and act like you one of us. You go to Africa, you put the kufi on. You go to Africa and you got a whole kufi or orange, red, and kufi on. And then you come over here and now you got the fur with the hoodie and the open. Come on, you's a fraud. Kaicenat is a fraud. Nigga, ain't nobody gonna say this. See, the era I grew up in, Africans were called African booty scratchers. You remember that, Kaicenat? We called y'all African booty scratchers. In the era that I grew up in, you Africans was scared to be African in front of African Americans, in front of FBA. Not just Africans, but Jamaicans too. Busta Rhymes said it himself. He said when he was growing up, he didn't put his Jamaican culture in his music because it wasn't accepted, homie. We used to call y'all African booty scratchers, boy. Africa is far from the future. Africa ain't even Africa. China is running Africa. Russia is running Africa. Y'all sold Africa out a long time ago. Fuck, you crazy? We used to call y'all African booty scratchers, homie. And in my era, you would have got, man, ain't no, bruh, is you crazy? Is you crazy? And I love talking like this because one thing for sure, two things for certain. One thing for sure, two things for certain. I'm one of the ones that know what go on in the African household. I'm one of the FBA that know what goes on in a Latino household. I know what go on in white people household. I know what go on in African and China and Chinese people. They all got something against black people. They all got something against FBA, all of them. I've done videos on all of them. So it ain't no racism there. This is FBA versus everybody. Everybody, homie. And I stand on that. I stand on that. My daughter ain't no African. My son ain't no African, homie. And I stand on that. And if you go in Kaicenat house, where you think Kaicenat got that ideology from, that black people don't have culture, where you think he learned that from? His mama, his grandmama, his aunties, the elderly black people, the elderly African people in his life told him from when he was young that black people don't have culture. They lied to you, Kaicenat. And now Kaicenat's old enough, and trust me, not just with age, it come with money. When these dudes get a little bit of money, they get a little bit of fame, they get a little bit of fortune, they feel like they can say whatever they want to say. So Kaicenat done got a little money, he done got a little fame, he done got some favor from the higher ups and the elites, and now he just feel like he should say, yeah, you been compromised. So because I know what go on in all of these cultures, in all of their households, I don't hold nothing back, homie. I know how to stand on FBA business. No bars held, unapologetically, homie. Unapologetically, I stand on FBA business. And I ain't gonna let an African, I ain't gonna let a Chinaman, I ain't gonna let a Russian, I ain't gonna let a Caucasian, I ain't gonna let a Latino, I ain't gonna let none of y'all play with FBA. Y'all ain't gonna play with our culture. Y'all ain't gonna take advantage and multiply and capitalize off our culture. And then run off to the motherland and run off to Puerto Rico and run off to China and try, no, y'all not, that ain't happening, homie. That ain't happening. Yeah, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, man. This is the realest on YouTube. It ain't nobody else gonna say this. DJ Academics, none of these content creators are gonna talk down on Kaicenat because they are all connected to the higher ups and the elites. They are all puppets. They have all been compromised. So when you listen to DJ Academics, you gotta know he been compromised. Charleston White, he's been compromised. You see all the jewelry Charleston White is wearing? He got all of that after he laid down for the higher ups and the elites. Charleston White didn't come into the game with all that jewelry. He didn't come into the game with all the things that he got right now. How you think he got it? What's the streamer? What's the Jewish streamer's name that rides with Charleston White? What's the little white boy name? He's a Jewish boy. What's his name? Put it in the chat. He rides with Charleston White. What's his name? Aiden Ross. Charlie P. Salute, my G. You put it there first. Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross, you know, and I'm not done with you, Kaicenat, but I want to give you a grand scale and a grand scheme and a synopsis of what I mean when I say compromise. You know, Charleston White didn't come into the game with all this jewelry and all this money and his fame and fortune. But when he got with Aiden Ross introduced Charleston White to a transmission, you know, a transformer. You know, we don't work on transmissions over here, but he introduced Charleston White to a transmission, and he convinced Charleston White to change the oil in that transmission, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Aiden Ross walked Charleston White to the door, and he had a transmission, a transformer, Optimus Prime. He had one of those dudes waiting for Charleston White. Charleston White backed up. He didn't want no parts of it at first, but you know what he did? Charleston White, he doubled back. Oh, he turned around and he said, you know what, I'm with it. And he doubled back. And after he left Aiden Ross, he went right back to Aiden Ross. The one thing they left out is that Charleston White laid down with that transmission. Charleston White changed the oil of that transmission. And after he changed the oil of that transmission, you know, Charleston White, he did that, allegedly. But after he allegedly did that with that transmission, now we see the big, you know, nigga nation chain and the big jewelry and the watches and the chains and the rings. We see all that now with Charleston White. And now him and Aiden Ross is like this. So I don't care where you go on this app. I don't care who you tune into. I don't care how good they sound. I don't care how much they get to talking and preaching. They all been compromised. That's why when you come here, it don't sound the same. It don't feel the same. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, and I stand on that. I don't care about none of that. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Kaicenat, an African fraud. Now, let's go deeper into this thing. You got to ask yourself, why is it that black people so-called don't have no culture, but you wasn't able to get rich until you engaged in our culture? You wasn't able to get rich until you engaged with us. You wasn't streaming over there in Africa. Listen, nobody in Africa, it go all the way down to Burna Boy. Why was he not able to get rich? Why, if he makes such great music, why did it not mean anything? He didn't make any money. That music was null and void until he came over here. Tim's. Nobody cared about how beautiful she sing until we heard her, Drake, and Future engaging in our culture. Because Drake is a Canadian, but with the hip hop that he engages in is black people culture. Yeah. Nick, yeah. You already know. Nobody cared about Tim's until she came and engaged in our culture. And you know what else? We named them Afro beats with the Z on the end. The Z, beats, or the S, beats, Z. We named them that. Afro beats. We gave them that name. We actually named a genre of music for them. We did that, homie. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to the chat. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you locked into the channel. You are now at the realest channel. You have now come and gotten tuned and are locked in with the realest channel on YouTube. We don't do it for the numbers over here. We don't do it for the algorithm over here. It's a difference. We don't do it for a YouTube check, homie. We getting checks already. You already know how we give it up over here. You understand what I'm saying? This is grown man business. This is not little boy business. This is not puppy business. You got to separate the pups from the big dogs. You got to separate the boys from the men. You got to do it. It's necessary to separate the boys from the men. And, you know, this is totally left, but that's why I did the video about Scheme. Respectfully. When you go to Scheme Team channel, that's when you going to see the puppies. The little boys. When you come over here to Grown Man Business TV, you dealing with big dogs. You dealing with men, homie. And see the fame and the fortune and the money and all the glitz and the glamour, that ain't what make you a man, my boy. Kaicenat, softer than Dollar Tree cotton. Kaicenat wouldn't be able to look me in my eyes if I saw him in person and I said, yo, what was that jail shit about? Why you do that? Explain to me what the benefit of that was. Explain to me what that was about. Why you ain't do that nationwide, though? You did it for America, but why you ain't go to Africa and go into an African jail? We never seen what an African jail look like. We don't know what African jumpsuits in the prison over there in jail look like. Why you ain't do it over there? Why you ain't bring those African artists like Burna Boy and Tim's and all them other guys? Why you ain't put them in jumpsuits? And because you wasn't trying to push that to African children. But for some reason, you was trying to disrespect black children. Or you thought I ain't see that. You thought I ain't noticed that you had celebrities in jail. You know, my niece and my nephew, they favorite celebrity, you had them in the jail and shit in jumpsuits. You thought I ain't, yeah, man, you got to answer for that. Yeah, you got to, see, again, back in my day, Wu-Tang Clan would have made you answer for that. Back in my day, yeah, I'm an 80s baby, so I'm an old head. Back in my day, a group like Wu-Tang Clan would have ran down on you at your little live stream and made you answer for that. Put hand and feet on you. And you would have never did that again. You would have been like Joe Buttons. You would have came out and apologized and said, listen, I didn't mean any harm by that. I don't know what I wasn't thinking. And I think it's time to get back to that. That's what I want. I feel like everything goes and comes back. You know, the fashion, it goes out of style and then it comes back into style. You know, music, you know, all these different things, they go out of style and then they come back into style. And running down on you rappers and running down on you streamers and you puppets, I think it should come back into style. I think it's time for that to come back into style. See Kaicenat in the street, ask him what that was about. Lil homie. Make sure you call him Lil homie or Lil bro, because that's exactly what he is. He a Lil homie and he a Lil bro. Is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. You know, let's go into a whole nother angle because, yeah, we talking about Kaicenat. But speaking of Kaicenat, it brings another artist. It brings another entertainer to mind. It makes me think about another entertainer, and I've been wanting to say something about this guy as well. I really got to just speak on this, and you know what? It all coincides because Kaicenat rides with this entertainer. I seen Kaicenat get in the truck with this little dude, and I seen them hanging out together. So you got Kaicenat promoting private prisons with your favorite celebrity, and you got Lil Uzi Vert running around with Birkin bags and purses and makeup and lip gloss and facial. Yeah, let's talk about Lil Uzi Vert. Big salute to all the new investors. Big salute to all the new subscribers. If you are new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We don't ask for super chats over here. We don't ask for cash apps. This is a place where you can come, you can engage, and you ain't got to worry about coming out of your pocket. You ain't got to worry about paying for the light bill. You ain't got to worry about that when you come to Grown Man Business TV, because you are engaging with a big dog, no Diddy. You are now in line with a big dog. You are now in line with a grown man standing on grown man business. So you ain't got to come over here and help me pay the light bill. You ain't got to come over here and help me pay for nothing. Time and energy are the highest forms of currency. Little Uzi Vert. Now, this thing get deeper than rap, you know. We all, I always looked at Lil Uzi Vert as soft and Dollar Tree cotton. I always knew that he was a puppet. I always knew that he was compromised. I always knew that he was pushing an agenda. But lately it seemed like, Lil Uzi Vert is going extra hard to push this, LBG 123 ABC community agenda. I mean, he's going extra hard. He's wearing Birkins. He's wearing female purses. He has blush on his face. He has eyeliner and lipstick on, and he's doing the death drop, if that what they call it, the death drop. I mean, he's dancing like he's voguing, Little Uzi Vert. But the real reason why I'm speaking on this, y'all came to the right place. The real reason why I'm speaking on Lil Uzi Vert voguing and death dropping and all of the things that he's doing is because he's doing all of this with a fucking Rockefeller chain on. Little Uzi Vert is acting and showing that he is a homosexual, and he is doing all of these things with a Rockefeller chain on. Nobody has stopped Lil Uzi Vert and said, bruh, you can't do that with a Rockefeller chain on. You can't do that. No, that ain't what it is. You with Rock Nation, but you doing all these homosexual things and having all of these homosexual tendencies with a Rockefeller chain on. So now I'm looking, and you got to understand something. Jay-Z is letting Lil Uzi Vert do all of these things with a Rockefeller chain on. This is how deep the rabbit hole goes. I told you it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. Nobody has asked the question. I have not heard not one YouTuber, not one content creator, nobody on social media point out the fact that Lil Uzi Vert has done multiple shows with a Birkin bag, makeup on his face, doing a death drop and dancing like a transmission with the Rockefeller chain on. So this is what Rockefeller represents now. We done came a long way, because back in my day, a homosexual man would have never had a Rockefeller chain on. He would have never been performing with a Rockefeller chain on. So now we in the day and age where you got a Lil Uzi Vert doing all of what he doing with a Rockefeller chain on, and Jay-Z ain't said a word. It's because Jay-Z got his hands in the pot. Jay-Z is hanging with federal informants, and he's hanging with homosexual men. Jay-Z got his hands in the pot. Jay-Z is compromised. We already know that. But I mean, I needed to point that fact out because, Kaicenat, he hangs out with Lil Uzi Vert. They best of friends. Yeah, they ride around in the big, Tonka truck together. So you think Lil Uzi Vert ain't did his thing, and yeah, you think he ain't death dropped on top of Kaicenat? No diddy. You think he ain't did that? You think that Kaicenat will be able to talk about black culture hanging out with Lil Uzi Vert? Imagine what they do at night. Imagine what they do when they hang out, him and Lil Uzi Vert, and they get pilled up, and they've been drinking lean, and they've been smoking all that weed, Kaicenat and Lil Uzi Vert. Imagine what those little munchkins do together. And then got the nerve to talk about black culture. No Diddy. Kate Graham, no Diddy. Yeah, no Diddy. The man milk, no Diddy. Or they get freaky freaky. Yeah, and I said that. Kaicenat. Kaicenat and Lil Uzi Vert, they get freaky freaky. They party. Yeah, they party. Trust me. Kaicenat and Lil Uzi Vert partied, man, with Diddy. No Diddy. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Yeah. Yeah, I said that. I stand on that. You think that girl that came out with Kaicenat and said all those things about Kaicenat, you think that just happened? That was spontaneous? No, you think that was no coincidence. That was a ploy right there. See, that they paid, Kaicenat paid that girl. They all in cahoots because, Kaicenat wants y'all to believe that he's into women. Kaicenat wants y'all to believe that he likes girls. He wants y'all to believe, and they got to paint a narrative that he's into women. But Kaicenat and Lil Uzi Vert, they're lovers, allegedly. Somebody tell him I said that. Kaicenat and Lil Uzi Vert are lovers, bro. They are lovers. They are partners, bro. That's the culture you talking about, Kaicenat. You come over here to America and you indulge and you get into the yeah, you do that. And then you go over there to Africa and you try to play it clean. You try to act like it's nothing. You try to put a kufi on and then you try to go to Africa and build schools. And yeah, we know what you really doing, homie. We know what you into. It just take a real one to say it. It take a grown man that's standing on grown man business to give you that business, no Diddy. To speak on that business, no Diddy. Big salute. Yeah, I got Charlie P in the chat. We not, listen, one thing you gotta know something. And I tell people that come to my DM, cause I got a lot of people in the DM saying, yo, I got blocked, yo, they blocked me, they took their X, Y, and Z. I don't double back behind my shooters, homie. If they got a blue wrench, if they in the chat and they got a blue wrench, you need to know that's a semi-automatic. That's gonna blow something away. And if they take your head off, no Diddy, I don't go back and look and see, and I don't push no buttons when it come to that. The mods on my channel, they really shooters. They really shooters. And see, the era that I grew up in, there was no Call of Duty. You don't get a second chance at life when you get your head blown off. You don't get the double back like Fortnite. See, we didn't play those games when I was kids, homie. You play ball, get your head blown off, you're out of here. I don't go back after the chat and look and see what they did and who they did it to. If your ass it is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. You talking to a big dog right now. You got the pleasure. You have the pleasure of engaging with a big dog right here. Make sure you ask the right questions. Make sure, stop, don't come over here playing. Go over there with Kaicenat, Saucy Santana, and Lil Uzi Vert if you want to play, homie. If you want to play, go over there with Kaicenat, Saucy Santana, and Lil Uzi Vert and P. Diddy, and y'all have a party together. But don't come over here, dog. You see the channel. You see the title. You see the name. It's not a game, homie. I didn't name it Grown Man Business for no reason. I didn't name it Grown Man Business for fun. Nigga, this is Grown Man Business. Fuck you talking about? Black people don't have no culture. We got all the culture. If it wasn't for black people, America wouldn't have any culture. If it wasn't for black people, America would be a third world country right now. You better respect this. You better respect this pimping, homie. You gonna respect it or you gonna check it, Kaicenat, and I would love to make you check it, boy. No Diddy. Because you got to be careful these days. But I'd love to stand in front of you and make you check that. Why you think Africa is still a third world country? It's because black people ain't over there. Why you think all the governors and all the presidents of Africa are always offering black people free pardons and free citizenship to come over there? Because as soon as we come over there to Africa, then Africa is gonna be popping for real. Why you think Africa is Africa? Why you think they still got dusty feet and beady beads in their hair? Come on, Kaicenat. Your head in, come on, B. You had to come over here for that. Go to Africa, them boys still got dusty feet. Them girls over there got dusty feet. They walking around on dirt roads over there in Africa. Why you think America is what it is? Why you think you and your family ran to America? Kaicenat. If y'all got so much culture, why you ain't do it in Africa? Why you ain't blow up in Africa? Why you ain't succeed in your homeland? Yeah, I'm talking huts, red clay, dusty feet. Let's keep it 100. I don't care. All the luxury they show y'all is all prop. That house in Africa that look all nice that they show you on Instagram, tell them to look out the window that way. Tell them to point the camera out the window that way. And your ass gonna see dirt roads. And you gonna see motherfucker walking around with flip-flops and dusty feet on those dirt roads. Homie, you better, yeah. Y'all need black people over there in Africa. We'll get y'all popping. We'll have y'all, it'll be real good over there. That's why you think we was over here? Because they needed us over here. Huh? America wouldn't be America if it wasn't for black people. So the land that you came over here and the land that you fought to get to, you, your mama, your auntie, your grandpapa, yeah. The problem is they done desensitized black masculinity. They done assassinated black masculinity. So it ain't too many black men that's masculine like me that's able to talk to you, Kaicenat. It ain't too many black men that's full of testosterone and ain't full with pheromones and all that to talk to you, Kaicenat. See, again, back in my day, it was grown men everywhere that'll smack fire from you for talking like that, for walking like that, for acting like you ain't over here capitalizing off of black culture. The Wu-Tang Clan would have walked down on you, and yeah, they would have did something to you, hands and feet, Kaicenat. But since they done desensitized the black man, since it's a lot of saucy Santanas walking around, it's a lot of Lil Nas X's and Lil Uzi Verts, academics, Kaicenat, these dudes feel like they can say what they want to say because they got some money. It's a reason why Grown Man Business TV ain't got 500,000 subscribers. The algorithm know we can't let this guy get too big. We can't let this guy get too big because listen, if we let this guy get too big, now he can be in the same room with a DJ Academics. He get 500,000 subscribers and now he can be in the same room with a Kaicenat. And we don't need a grown man business. And listen, we don't need that. We don't need a man standing on grown man business to get around, our puppets and start exposing our puppets. Kaicenat is an African puppet, homie. Take all the money and fame away. And I'll be little homie in him. Yeah, little dude, you need to fix that. And don't ever open your mouth again the wrong way about black people and FBA and black culture. Watch your mouth, homie. Watch your mouth. Huh? You won't be able to move freely over here in the Americas. You will have to go back to Nigeria and you have to go and get in you have to do it over there. You won't be able to do it over here. And we all know once you go over there, it don't matter. It only matters what we say matters. African black people. FBA, the culture. Yeah, it's dirt roads in America, but we don't walk on them, homie. Aaron Cole, what it do? We don't walk on we don't walk on the dirt roads over here in America with flip-flops. Our feet ain't dusty like that. We don't move like that. You know that. You know that. Don't act like you don't know that, Aaron Cole. You understand me? Salute though. Salute to the, you know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel, my G. We don't walk miles for water over here. Huh? Revolutionized everything over here. When you talk about black culture, you talking about the main reason America is America. You talking about the main reason America is a superpower. Our inventions alone. Our culture is our inventions alone, my G. Huh? Man, hold on, man. Let me show y'all something real quick. Black culture. Black people don't have culture. Crazy? We have the ultimate culture. Is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. Like it or not. The real problem is we don't have, again, masculine black men that will speak out against somebody like Kaicenat running his mouth. We don't have masculinity. You know, they have attacked, they have, you know, assassinated black masculinity for this very reason alone. Because again, if you came up in the era that I came up in, you had a chance to witness black masculinity. And an African like Kaicenat would never open his mouth and disrespect black culture the way he did if he had a chance to witness black masculinity. You understand? Now, let me show you something. You see this? This is a book right here. And I would suggest you get your hands on it. This is a book right here with all black inventions, homie. Listen, man. Thousands of black inventions. Let me give you a little glimpse of this. This is history right here. Black history. These aren't Africans. These are black people. Huh? Black people, bro. Black people. Black people. Black people. You got to understand something. You got to understand something, man. It's all in the book. It's all in the book, B. African culture. And that's my bad. Not African culture, black culture. My bad. Let's make sure we correct that. Black culture. The same people you said had no culture, Kaicenat. I got a book right here that'll prove you wrong. I got a book right here that'll prove you wrong, man. Listen. Blacks first. 2,000 years of extraordinary achievements. You understand what I'm saying? Blacks first. 2,000 years of extraordinary achievements. Listen to me, Kai. Listen to me, Kaicenat. It's a whole nother level with Grown Man Business TV. Huh? Let's look at some of this shit, man. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Let me show you. Let's look at this. Look at this. First black college football bowl game. First black mayor. Huh? Yeah, let me go down the list. First black Supreme Court judge. First black elected governor in Virginia. Huh? First black radio network. First black U.S. senator. Huh? Come on, man. Come on. First black missionary to Africa. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not, but what I'm telling you is, our culture is undeniable. Our culture, our achievements, the things we bring to the table is undeniable. And for a puppet like Kaicenat, for an African puppet like Kaicenat to think that he could come over here, open his mouth against black culture, he should be smacked in it. He should be slapped in it. At the same time, talking about black culture, you hanging out with Lil Uzi Vert, who wears Birkin bags and a face full of makeup and does the death drop at culture. So that's your homie. That's your homie. Nah, he could never be. Little homie like Kaicenat. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Is what it is, homie. Look. World's first successful heart operation. This is all black people, homie. This is all black people. I mean, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, bro. And it goes from academic achievements to entertainment to it's all over music, you know, everywhere, government, everywhere. It's all here. It's all here, man. It's all here, B. See music, you see it at the top, right? Sculpture. Black woman, homie. What you mean? What you mean we don't have culture? And now that's what I'm saying, right? Labor unions. Black man. That's a black man, homie. Crazy. Look at this. Slave revolts. That's Nat Turner right there. That's Nat Turner right there, homie. See the difference between us and y'all? The difference between us and y'all, Kaicenat, is we ain't run to another land because we fought for this land. We killed for it. We shed blood for it. The reason why you ain't in Africa, Kaicenat, is because y'all ran from Africa. China got control of Africa. Y'all ain't fight for Africa. Y'all ain't go to war for Africa, Kaicenat. Y'all ain't fight, kill, and die for that culture that you say you got, Kaicenat, even though you and your mama and your auntie are Christians, African Christians. Think about this. You are an African Christian. Yeah. Slave revolutions. Slave revolts. Huh? What you mean? Let's keep going. College administrators. What we talking about? The first. We talking about, man. College administration, black people, that's a black man, homie. We talking about, man. College degrees. This is black culture. This is black culture. Let's go schools. I'm giving you the game, homie. So when I get to talking about black culture, when I get to talking about, yeah, political part, when I get to talking about us, FBA, you gonna respect that, Kaicenat. I don't talk about, you know, Martin Luther King that much. I don't really talk about Malcolm X that much because, you know, America built them up. The higher ups and elites built them up and then, you know, assassinated them. And after they assassinated them, now they praise them every year and they celebrate them. The same government, the same, beasts, the same cavemen, the same Caucasians that assassinated those guys, praise them. So, we all know about them, but I'm talking about the ones that you don't know about. You understand me? I'm talking about the ones U.S. Senate. That's a black man, Kaicenat. These are black men. Yeah. Yeah, I already told you Charleston White has been compromised. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's do some more. And it's a lot in this book now. It's a lot in this book now. Newspapers. Look. Military march. Look. Yeah. Marching up the ranks. Black men. That's a black man, homie. What are you talking about, man? Charleston White laid down with a transmission. Charleston White let Aiden Ross compromise him. Charleston White is no longer the man you thought he was. Charleston White let Aiden Ross put him in a room with a transsexual. Charleston White let Aiden Ross put him in a room with a transformer. And you like Charleston White. Yeah, I told you already. Why do you think Charleston White got all that jewelry now? See, I had this before. I had 100 subscribers. I came into the game with this. Why you think Charleston White got all that jewelry now? Why you think Charleston White making all that money now? Because Aiden Ross laid him down with a transformer and he did what he was supposed to do. Charleston White walked through the door. Somebody tell him I said it. Yeah, Charleston White don't represent us no more. Charleston White don't stand on that business that he used to stand on in the beginning. Charleston White ain't who you think he is. Charleston White is a sellout. What you talking about, man? Yeah, Transformer. Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime. A transmission. Charleston White is a mechanic now. Charleston White is a mechanic, and he works on transmissions. Nigga, is you crazy? Let's talk about it. Let's get deep into this. Yeah. We started the culture you talking about we don't have. Everybody took parts of our culture and made their own. Let me show. Hold on, man. Look at this. Catholics. That's a black man right there. That's a black man right there. Yeah. You want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. The only problem is grown man business gonna find it. You want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. The only problem is grown man business TV is gonna find it. So now you got to know something. Blacks first. Blacks first. Blacks, not Africans, Kaicenat. Blacks first. And come on, man, what we talking about? That's a black man right there. That's a black man right there. Oh, the book is deep, homie. Oh, yeah, the book is deep. It get deep. Hold on. What's this right here? Who is that lady right there? Who is that lady right there? Yeah, I want to show her. She's a beautiful black woman. Yeah, she's a beautiful black old lady. Huh? 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 It's all here. It's all here. And I could go for days with this. Listen, I could go for days. Hold on. Listen, hold on. I could go for days. What you see? Inventions and patents. Huh? Huh? A black, come on, man. Africans ain't brought nothing to the table like this. This is a black man, homie. You gonna respect this culture, Kaicenat. Kaicenat, you gonna respect this culture, boy. You gonna bow down to this culture, Kaicenat. You gonna bow down to this culture, homie. You gonna bow down to it. Yeah. This is FBA. We built this shit that you came over here to do. We built this land. We built this culture that you done capitalized off of, Kaicenat. Undercover, yeah, you an undercover transformer. You an undercover LBG. We know what you are, Kaicenat. I see you. See, when you got a grown man on grown man business looking at you, I see through you. Talking about, yeah, you crazy. Medicine. And I mean, in his names, it's hundreds of names, homie, of black people. 1667, 1773. What is you talking about, man? 1847. Crazy. Every fabric of this is black people, not African people. Black people, boy. Kaicenat said black people don't have culture. And yeah. First we want to expose the tether. We want to expose the puppet in them. And now we showing all the culture. Man, come on, man. Medicine, man. This shit ain't come from Africa, boy. Talking about Charles R. Drew. What you talking about, man? Louis Tompkins White. 1919, boy. Let's read something. I'm gonna let y'all read. I'm not even gonna read it because I'm holding the phone up. What you talking about, man? Harold Ellis, 1920. What you talking about? Culture. Now I'm gonna give y'all the name of the book. If you ain't already seen it, the name of the book. Man, it's deep, bro. It's one of them books that. And let me show you. Let me show you this shit. Look at this shit, right? It's definition. It's all the inventions and everything. I'm talking year for year, bro. It's documented. It's documented. It's documented. Name of the book. Blacks First. 2,000 years of extraordinary achievements. Yeah. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Big salute to everybody that's in the building. You know what I'm saying? If Kaicenat is one of your favorite YouTubers, his favorite streamers, celebrities, whatever, I had to expose him for who he really is. Kaicenat is over here promoting private prisons to children. He got Drewski. He got Krishan Rock. He got all your favorite celebrities helping him promote private prisons. But when he go to Africa, he not promoting private prisons. And then he got the nerve to turn around and say, hey, black people don't got culture. Well, in this one book, man, in this one book, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. And like I said, most Africans act like y'all Africans is praying to Jesus. You are African that prays to Jesus. You are African that's a Christian. You are African. What was y'all praying to before y'all was doctrinated with Jesus? Kaicenat. Since y'all got so much culture, you better get what? You better do one of those. You better do one of, man, come on, man. Yeah. K Graham, salute. Like that. I like that. So now you can't, and it been like this, you know what I'm saying? It been like this where you know the Caucasian followers, because I got a lot of Caucasian and white followers and subscribers that lock into this channel. And they say stuff like, yo, grown man business is racist. He don't like, nah, it ain't just y'all. It ain't just Caucasian people. Y'all don't feel left out. Don't feel like it's only you. I'm gonna go at any and everything that's not FBA, that got something to say or is not respecting the culture. I'm gonna speak on that. I'm gonna expose that. I'm gonna put my foot on the neck. Care who it is. I don't care who it is. Busta Rhymes, he is Jamaican. Academics is a Jamaican. I'm gonna expose that. Y'all ain't start hip hop. Y'all got that shit from us when y'all came over here with bumba clot, pussy, ras clot dancing. Yeah, your pussy bumba clot, Bonty boy. That's what y'all was doing over there. And then you came over here and got cool and shit. You came over here and now it's, you know, put your hands where my eyes can see. Let me see just what you got for me. now it's all that. When you was in Jamaica, it was bumba clot, pussy rise clot. When you come to America and you get in our culture, now it's put your hands where my eyes can see and let me see what. Come on, Buster, you ain't excluded. It's not just white people. I'ma go at all of you, motherfuckers, everybody. Kaicenat is the topic of discussion today. A African, a full-blown African, over here in America, indulging, engaging, capitalizing, monetizing off of black culture and got the nerve. But I understand, Kaicenat. I know that you under the pressure of the higher-ups and the elites. I know that you are a puppet now. I know that you've been compromised. I know why you said what you said. If you meant it or you didn't mean it, I know why you said it. And if you meant it or you didn't mean it, I'ma chop your head off just because, homie. I'ma put a foot on your neck just because. And if I ever saw you in real life, you will be looking at your shoelaces saying, grown man business TV, I ain't mean it like that, homie. It wasn't even really like that. You know how the game is. You know how the game is, G and B. I mean, you know how it is when you get this. Yeah, I know, homie, but you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that, okay? I'm gonna go in your mouth, no diddy. You gonna fix that or I'm gonna go in your mouth, no diddy, homie, no diddy. I'm gonna go in your mouth though, no diddy. Salute to all the new subscribers. Salute to all the new investors. I told y'all that time and energy are the highest forms of currency. When you take that little red dot and you move it backwards, right? And you move it this way, all the way to the beginning of the live stream. In every live stream, I'm going to start it off by telling you that time and energy are the highest forms of currency. Big salute to all the new investors that are investing their time and their energy into the channel. We are officially at 18,000 subscribers, and it's constant elevation. We only going up because it's a lot of people out there that only want the real. They tired of the bullshit. They tired of the stepped on product. They tired. They want this shit right off the brick into the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing and we not dressing nothing up. That's how they want it. Yeah. Is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit it. We don't need no cash apps. We don't want your money. We ain't into all that. Time and your energy. Take your time, take your energy, and aim it towards that subscribe button. We only going up. There is non-stop with this constant elevation. Yeah, we approaching 20,000. We gonna be hitting that in no time. No time. Kaicenat, man, sit your young ass down, man. Sit your young ass down, man. Do some research on me before you ever speak on this culture again. Before you ever speak on this culture again. Okay? The only reason why you got rich and you are famous and you got all this popularity is because you engaging in our culture. Ain't nobody checking for African culture, homie. Ain't nobody looking for African celebrities. Ain't nobody checking for you boys. You dudes come over here with your accents and then you play Snowfall and you gotta be a FBA. You got to be a black man. When you come to acting, when you come to Hollywood, you dudes is from England and Africa, and you dudes got accents and everything. And then you come play Snowfall, and you got to act like us. Because don't nobody want to see you act like y'all. Crazy, nigga. Who had to say it? Grown man business TV had to say it. These niggas is scared. These niggas is pussycats. They scared to death. You came to the right channel. You came to the right place. Nigga. Crazy, nigga. Yeah. It made me feel away. And I've been waiting to get this live stream off right here. I've been waiting to get to this topic right here. Kaicenat, sit your dumb ass down. So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And listen, I suggest you tap in. I suggest you tap into the Grown Man Business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. It's straight off the bricks into the bottles. We taking that dope straight off the brick. We putting it right in the bottles. Straight, raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. No preservatives. We not sugarcoat nothing. We not dressing nothing up. Listen. We giving it to you straight raw. No Diddy. I gotta I can't even say the slogan no more. This shit get wicked, you know what I'm saying? You gotta say the slogan. I got to throw the no Diddy in there because there's a lot of you saucy Santanas in the chat, live stream. Y'all creeping and crawling and y'all looking and y'all paying attention. And if I say I'm gonna get it to you raw, you get to having ideas. Nah, no Diddy. No Diddy. But we gonna give it to you straight raw. No Diddy. Feel me? In this particular situation, Kaicenat. It's not just Kaicenat, but he's the main puppet for the Africans right now. All the Africans feel like that, though. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to bust your bubble. You know, if you didn't know, all of the Africans in America feel like American black men don't have culture. They feel like black people don't have culture. And the whole time they listening to black music. They listening to our music. They using our inventions that our ancestors invented to make them. Come on, man. They disrespect the very people that make this land what it is. They disrespect the very people, the descendants of ancestors that built this country, bro. Shit is out of pocket. And the ancestors, they lived through me. Yeah. Some of them, they speak through me, homie. So I don't have that fear. I don't have it. I don't have that fear. They channel through me. They download, and when the downloads start downloading, man, we gonna get at it, man. We could go to war behind this shit. My ancestors already went to war behind it. You think we ain't ready to go to war, Kaicenat? When the war break out, who you riding with, Kaicenat? You gonna have to ride with the people with no culture, right? The war break out, you gonna be a black person, right? Nah, nah, Kai, nah. You Africans ain't gonna be able to lock in with us when the war break out. Y'all gonna have to stand on your own, and y'all ain't built like that. So listen, man, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. Big salute to all the new subscribers. Big salute to everybody that's locked into the channel. You already know how we giving it up. Love is love, but this is FBA. FBA. So it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know my slogan. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. Gang.